skipped breakfast and decided to hit the trail early. This was going to be a long day. The pond nestled between the mountains was a peaceful sight to wake up to. That peace wouldn't last long though, as the climbing hit right away. Part 2 of this adventure, I started at the Carter Notch Hut. Working my way up to Carter Dome, Mount Hight, the 3 Carter Peaks, south, middle, and north, and then finally Moriah, before heading back down to Gorham to get my car. So the trail so far has been pretty uphill. This is the steepest part of the trail for today though. It just happens to be the first part of the trail today. And that is getting out of the Carter Notch Hut up to the top of Carter Dome. That's the steepest part. But we got a great view of the White Mountains back there. It's been good so far. But I'm 0.42 miles in, but it's been slow. And I mean, you can see the trail behind me. Let me get to hitting up the trail. Alright, I saw this, there's a split here. That's the trail that I gotta go on. This is the trail that I wasn't sure what it was, but according to this, there's a view. So we're gonna go check that out, and let's go see what this looks like. Oh yeah. Heck of a view. Oh, you can see the hut all the way down there. I don't know what this crag is right here. Almost looks like the profile of a face. This was the first of many awe-inspiring views for the day, but eventually I had to get going. The morning sun glistened through the trees. Soon, I got to my first peak of the day. Alright. I guess this is Carter Dome. Alright, one more 4,000 footer done. But now, since I didn't have lunch, or didn't have breakfast down at the hut, I think now's a good time for it. Not much on the menu today. The hot water wasn't ready down at the hut, so my attempt at having oatmeal didn't work out. Time for Dave's Killer Outrageous Honey and Almond. I love these things. Really tasty. So I'm going to eat this and then get to the trail, which is back that way. Alright, so Today's gonna be a pretty long day. I just put some electrolytes in my water bottle. I have to be a little bit frugal with my water because unlike the hut to hut that I did with Joe, there is no hut in between here and my endpoint. So this is basically the only water I have for the whole day. The good part is now that I'm at the top of Carter Dome, this is the hardest ascent of the hike for today. So that's good. So I got that done. Wasn't too bad, but it should be a lot more smooth now going forward. Shortly at the Carter Dome, I came across a little clearing, which was a spot for observation towers as early as 1876, until the last fire tower was ultimately decommissioned in 1947. Okay. Rainbow Trail, we're not going that way. We're going this way. Imp Campsite, 6 miles. That's not too bad. Because then after the Imp Campsite is Moriah. Alright. Man, what a gorgeous day. There must have been a fire tower here because there's stuff on the ground. Brackets or whatever. Maybe this is actually the summit of Carter Dome, not the other one. I don't know. There's lots of broken glass here, jeez. Oh, alright. Another view, sort of. Man, the sun is nice. What the heck is this? People leaving their trash everywhere? There's like a bag here. Like a food bag or something? I don't want to take it in case it is somebody's food and they're coming back for it. It could be like a trail runner or something. So, alright, let's keep going. Man, this is kind of nice so far. Pretty smooth. Oh, there's a little trail here. Don't know where this goes, but I see a mushroom down there. And another guy over here. But, oh, this leads to a viewpoint. Whoa, a little tight in here, but, whoa. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's a nice view. I wonder if those are the peaks, and if that's the town of Gorham down there. I'm gonna get my other lens out to see, but I think maybe those are the peaks, because that's the presidential range right there. That's all the presidential range, and I came down this. That's where the car went down. So this might be the trail that I'm actually going on. So I think that's probably Middle Carter. One of those might be South Carter. Moriah, I think, is the last one over there. Maybe? Not sure. And then I think that's the town. I think that's Gorham, the town that I'm going to. Let me switch lenses real quick. Remember in part 1 how I said there'd be plenty of views of the presidentials? This is the first for today. Turns out this is actually the town of Berlin, which is north of Gorham. I just came across this sign. Wild River Trail, Wild River CG, and then Zeta Pass and Carter Dome. I think I'm going straight here. I think the pass passes Mount Hight. I'm not sure. I gotta check the map because I don't want to miss Mount Hight because apparently that is a nice 360-degree view. Oh, here we go. This is it. Okay. So there's Mount Hight, and then here's the pass. So, but I'm gonna go to Mount Hight because, like I said, that has good 360-degree views. So we're gonna go that way. Yeah, this is really tight in here. Tight on the way to Hight. I don't know how this is going to be a 360-degree view up here. The trail did start to open up, revealing a preview of what we'd see from the top of Mount Hight. That's nice. Still not at the top yet. The 360-degree view at the top is unrivaled as my favorite in the Whites so far. Every direction was impressive. The only thing blocking any sort of expansive view were the towering presidentials to the west and the mountains I had just climbed behind me to the south. Alright, we just came down all this. Airplane, I can't see it. Just came down all this from Mount Hight. Now we are at the trail junction where I will continue on my regular scheduled programming. 2.54 miles in. It's been 3 hours. I've just been enjoying the views. All right, here we go. Let's get going that way. Mile Brook Trail, Pinkham Notch, 3.6 miles. Alright, that's where we're going. North Carter Trail, 2.2 miles. Imp Shelter, 4.7. So I got 4.7, and then that's the climb up to Moriah. We're about, I don't know, more than halfway to South Carter. The trail's starting to open up a little bit with the sun, and the sun is pretty warm, I'm not gonna lie. It's not too much further to South Carter. Not much of an elevation change too, which is nice. I'm gonna get going, keep hitting up this trail. So far it's been looking like this. And yeah, see you guys on the trail. I was up there yesterday. South Peak. Right there. As you can see, it's definitely getting sunny out. Trail comes up that way. I gotta go down there. But first, I'm gonna take a quick break, grab some water, and have a snack too, because definitely get hungry. But I'm gonna do that in the shade. So there was a viewpoint back there that I just showed you guys. I think I'm gonna go to that because it was in the shade a little bit. And it's not that far. So that's where I'll go and have a snack. It's partially in the shade, anyway. Alright, let's have a snack. I'm gonna eat this, have some water, some electrolytes too, then hit the trail again. And quite a few blowdowns on this part of the trail coming down South Carter. It's also a little tight. Kind of like how it was up to Mount Hight. Alright, I think this starts the little ascent to Middle Carter. Well, I take that back. I wasn't down at the bottom going up, because this is still down. This is camera level. Still going down a little bit. Alright. I think this is the little kicker. And then we'll be at the top of Middle Carter. I had GPS signal, so I kept checking my phone to see where Middle Carter was. Okay, this is close to Middle Carter, the top. I didn't know it at the time, but I was indeed very close to it. Middle Carter's coming up soon, but looks like another viewpoint over here. Oh yeah. Oh. After I left this view, I came across a couple hikers that gave me a helpful hint. Alright. Let's get going. Alright. Apparently this is Middle Carter. Back down for that. Well, I appreciate you showing me that. I walked right by it. Have you done whiteface? Not yet, no.
Yeah, whiteface is less obvious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really hidden. After leaving Middle Carter, the trail opened up. So far it's been like this. Little ups, little downs, but this ain't so bad. There's gonna be this little kicker to North Carter, which is probably this. And then at North Carter, I'm gonna take another break and have my main meal of the day. time to have one of my main meals for today. I'll probably reapply sunscreen too. Alright. Flour tortilla. There we go. With some chicken creations, Southwest style. I mean, it's only 90 calories, but it's a good amount of sodium, which is nice. These are the times where you can't be too picky. I mean, that's a decent amount. Probably 2 could have filled this up, but it's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good. I'm gonna eat this, and then I gotta hit the trail. You can't dilly-dally for too long. It's 5.6 miles in. Whew. Now, if All Trails is right, this will only be like 12 miles. However, if what everybody else was telling me was right, it's 15 miles. I'm really hoping it's 12 miles, because if it's 12 miles, that means I'm almost halfway done, which means I should be able to get back to the car by like hopefully 6, 7 o'clock. But if it's 15 miles, yeah, I'm getting back late. Along with the unknown total distance, this upcoming section of trail quickly wiped away the morale boost I got from my lunch. Man, this descent ain't no joke. This is steep goings. If it's like this the whole way down, and the whole way down Moriah, it's gonna take forever. Lucky for me, while the descent down Moriah gave me some other challenges, as you'll see, it wasn't like this. Alright guys, we're at the bottom of that super steep stuff. The trail has basically been looking like this right now, at least for the past, I don't know, 1/10 of a mile. I'm hoping it stays like this for the rest of it, because if it's rocky like that section up there, oh my gosh, it's gonna take forever to get back to the car. Looks like we're on some boards. Maybe it's leveling out now. Very close to the imp shelter. I just saw a sign for it. I googled. It doesn't look like there's a water source there, but so unfortunately I'm going to be skipping that and just heading right up Moriah. Alright, I think we're to the brook trails. Moriah Trail. Alright. I think from here it's 1.2 miles to the top of Moriah. Of course, it's a climb. At this point, the fatigue of a long day of hiking was starting to settle in. Okay, I am just sitting here on the trail, just ready to start the climb up to Moriah, 1.4 miles. There were two hikers that came down and said it's further than they thought. They said it was 2.5 miles, so I mean, the sign said 1.4, so I'm hoping they're wrong. Got a nice view, though. Got a pretty nice view out that way, so this is a good spot. It's also in the shade, and I got a little bit of a breeze. I don't want to sit on that ledge out there. That's a little bit of a slide, so if you go too far off of that, you slide down and you be hurting, or you be dead. One of the two. Either way, it wouldn't be good. All right. Let's get the show on the road. Alright, so I've had a lot of different people tell me different things about how far Mount Moriah is. I think it's closer to 1.4. I think maybe it just feels like 2.5 because of all the switchbacks and all the up and downs. I don't know. Oh, I'm almost there. And then I'm going to take a break, see how far it is to get back to the car, and then hope downhill is easy. Good thing I caught this sign. It says Mount Moriah Summit, 0.1 miles up that way. I was just walking down here, minding my own business, just gonna keep going that way, and then I saw the sign. I'm like, wait, there's a sign here? Oh, that looks like fun. Well, they did say it was gonna be a kicker. First, it was fun, and second, it would have been very easy to miss this and accidentally continue on the wrong trail if not for that sign. Well, my GoPro battery died while I was going up that scramble to the summit. But there's a sign right there to the summit, which is that way. Let's get going. We are at the summit of Moriah. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the thing right there. Nice. Okay. Oh, there's like a rebar right there. Interesting. Awesome. Oh, sweet. Sort of almost 360-degree view. The presidentials are back there through the haze. You can kind of barely see them. Oh, all right. We did it. Now, quite literally, it's all downhill from here. I'm gonna take a break somewhere in the shade, have a little snack, and drink some water, and head back down. All right, guys. This is the view from the Moriah summit. Oh, beautiful. I still think Mount Hight wins for views on this trip, but this is pretty darn good too. You can see where I came from all the way over there. I think, where's my finger? There it is. I think that is the Wildcats out that way. Not 100% sure. That breeze feels amazing. Alright, Let's get going.
With the last peak of the day completed, I was looking forward to getting back to the car. However, there was still a long way to go.
Slabs don't stop.
The unassuming slabs on the way down to Mount Surprise were more physically demanding than I would have anticipated, thanks to their fairly flat but steep angle. Couple that with a long day of hiking and 40-year-old knees, it wasn't the most pleasant experience.
It's still there. All right. Whew. I'm sweating bullets, that's for sure. The wind has pretty much stopped. I mean, there's like a light breeze, but it's barely there now that I'm below tree line. But pretty much the last, I don't know, mile of the trail has pretty much been like this behind me. It's flattened out, thankfully, now that the slabs are gone. And it's turned into more dirty type of terrain. I'm approaching 11 hours. It's 6 o'clock. It's starting to get a little dark out if you can't tell. And about, I don't know, 2 miles, 2.25 maybe from the car. But hopefully if it stays like this the rest of the way, those 2 miles will go by pretty quick and I'll get there within an hour, which will put me there at 7 o'clock, which is what I intended. So at least to the end of the trail. I then have like a maybe 5 or 10 minute walk to get to the car in the town. So. All right, guys, that's the update for now. I'm gonna keep going.
At this point, the long dirt road, with its lack of variety in landscape, made this last bit of trail a real mental challenge, more than physical.
This has got to be the longest dirt road in the White Mountains. I feel like I've been going down this thing forever. The end is like so tantalizingly close, but yet it's still like half an hour away. Be about 0.6, 0.7 miles back to the car where I have a nice, I think, half full bottle of water in the thermos waiting for me. It's still going. Good news is I do hear cars, so that means I am getting closer to the road. Interesting. Oh my god.
This hike proved to be both a physical and mental challenge. But that's the thing. When you're out in nature like this, you often don't have a choice but to keep going. These thoughts that creep in telling you that you can or can't do something, they need to be ignored. And that is a learned skill. When do you need to listen to them? When can you safely ignore them? While we don't come across situations like this on a daily basis, there is value to be had here, because there will always be a time in your life that you think you can't do something. However, you will always be surprised at what you can end up being capable of. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go back and watch part 1 if you had missed that. Drop a comment and a like. And always, thank you for watching.
Alright, my car is still there. It's in front of that minivan. Thank God. I do think you are supposed to park here though, for the trail, or for the shuttle. It wasn't really clear to me. They didn't really say on the phone. They said there's like a baseball-like field to park by, and yeah, I don't know, I just parked there. Oh, no ticket either. Okay, that's good. By the way, that's a railway museum or something. Not sure, it's closed now, but all right, it's time to get in the car and get going. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Here's my water. I'm gonna drink this now. Whoa, okay, don't do that. That was stupid. Alright guys. Well, I'm winded. Ooh, stomach. That mushroom is massive. Okay, well, I made it across the bridge. But man, it was squeaking and everything. Ooh. Fun stuff.
Hi everyone, sitting up on top of Mount Hight and having a good time, sometimes difficult, but it's going well. Thank you.
All right, go.
Woo!
Yee.
You.
Awesome. Shout out my brother Nick. I know you're on 24 of the 4,000 footers, but want to get you up on Moriah sometime soon. And my dad, who's done all 48, and I'm excited to talk about how awesome this trip has been so far.
Yeah, and Brooke, can't wait to do this again with you. Yeah,
All
it's been
right.
awesome.
All right.
Thank
Thanks, guys.
Cool.